Hi guys, so today I'm doing my oral presentation on the post-revolutionary society of Iran. So 3 of the main societal changes were restrictions, like cultural restrictions, sexual bias, and education, mainly referring to public education. Some of the cultural restrictions were, Iran has always been a very strict country, and all of their rules were molded around religion, class, and the fact that they're a patriarchal country. After the revolution, the reins were loosened, and it was a lot easier for people to be normal and natural. And a big change was that women were allowed to have responsibilities that they never had before, like holding offices and driving motorized vehicles. The sexual bias. So Iran has always had a favor towards men over women, and it's always been that way, and it'll continue to be that way for a long time. But in the past 30 years since the revolution, they've started working towards a much more fair country for the women. And something that we focus on as Americans and other countries is the hijab and the chador. However, the government, if they appealed the law today, most women would still wear the hijab because it's just custom, and it would interfere with their religious beliefs if they were to not wear it. So also in the past, women, let's say like a will in America, if their parent was to pass away, men would get twice as much as women would get. And we used to think of that as that Iran would think of women as half as much as a man, which isn't true. And me being from Iran, it's just that it's just always been that way. They just value their men more than they value their women in society, and it's unfortunate. But we're starting to see a change, and hopefully in a good direction. So another huge change is that unfair divorce, which left women almost on the streets with nothing after they got divorced, has become a lot more fair, and women now get at least half of everything that the man and the woman have accomplished together. Finally, education. In the past few decades since the revolution, education reforms have changed a lot, and in the past there's been a lot of bias, especially towards women, and I know that we're going back towards the bias thing, but women didn't have an education like men used to have. But they're starting to do this new technical vocational schooling, and there's been a great increase in the amount of women in the program, and they've been starting to do that over the past 5 years. And public education has greatly changed, and they're now offering and teaching a lot of new languages, which is a big step in the right direction for Iran, because Iran needs to block out all of the other countries and basically just focus on Iran. But the education system is really starting to open up, and it's becoming a lot more productive for a lot of the Iranians, and women are getting a really good education now, and they're able to go through, they're doing a lot of different levels of schooling, and they can go all the way through what would be like a college for us. And these are my citations. So what we've noticed is over the past 30 years since the revolution, Iran has been changing for the better, and hopefully it will continue in that trend, and we can continue to see positive changes. And yeah, so thanks for listening.